Dear friends, welcome back to the series of videos on everything you wanted to know about fully fashioned knitting. In the last video, we discussed how to make a complete size set of measurements from one size using the knitting data calculation software. We also discussed how to make corrections to the shoulder slope measurement and how to make corrections in the armhole, the arm width, and the armhole depth measurement using the software. In this video we will discuss how to use a small and inexpensive device to calibrate the machine systems to obtain the same stitch quality and end user same loop length not only on different systems of the same machine, but on all systems of all machines on the production floor. Knitters always face this problem of variation in the measurements of the knitted panel, be it on the same machine or on different machines. They try hard to keep the same loop length on all machines, and they know well that even on a two-system machine, the two systems with the same parameter or with the same stitch quality value, the loop length will vary. And that is why all knitting machines have stitch quality correction values. And that is why the knitters need to calibrate their machines on and off. The only way they can keep the stitch quality same on all systems of a machine and all machines on the production floor is by keeping the same value for the stitch quality they feed in their program for all systems and all machines. But the loop length does not depend on the stitch quality control alone. It varies with the stitch quality value for sure. But it also varies with the pressure of the fabric takedown. Whereas these two parameters are under the control of the operator, as machinery manufacturers have made provisions to control these. The factor that affects the most is the yarn tension, controlled by the spring brake on the yarn guide. Though the dial for this brake is marked, there is no way that these marks tell the operator how much the value of the brake is at any given time. The only way to ascertain this is by using a small standard weight to check the brake value, as shown in the picture. But how many operators are aware of this? And how many use this? Close to zero. The only way to calibrate different systems of machines and other machines is to ensure the loop length formed is the same. And for this process of ensuring the same loop length, both Stoll and Shima have digital stitch measuring devices. Most of the Stoll machines in the market don't have this device, because this device is not a part of the standard equipment. Not only it is optional, its cost is pretty high too, and many customers don't buy it. But those who do buy the Askin, which was earlier called sticks, in most cases, don't know how to use it. The Chinese machines don't have this feature. But operators in India, Bangladesh, and even in some other countries do try to calibrate the machines. Unfortunately, in the most undesirable way. They hold a few wales and stretch the knitted panel very hard, often distorting it to irreparable condition. Stretching is no means of measuring loop length. First, one checks by stretching a panel that has already been knitted. There is no way this panel can be corrected. Second, stretching is no method to determine loop length. And thirdly, this method can distort the knit structure of the tested panel beyond any possibility of repairs. If we have two swatches with little difference in loop length, as illustrated in the illustration, the trained eye can see that the stitch quality is different in both swatches. But how much? It's difficult to determine the difference in the loop length. If we look at the two knitted swatches after magnifying these under a microscope and measure the height and width of three loops, we can find out the difference between the loop height and loop width. This difference of 0.1 mm in loop width and 0.15 mm in loop height. In a panel of 300 whales and 500 courses. This difference in loop measurements will result in a difference of 3 cm in width and 7.5 cm in length. And this difference of 0.1 mm and 0.15 mm is almost impossible for even a trained eye to ascertain. This makes it necessary to be able to measure the loop dimensions very accurately. I have developed a small device that can help knitters to calibrate any kind of knitting machine in minutes. It consists of 4 parts: the computer controller, the display unit, the rotary measuring device, and the power supply. The rotary device that I have used divides its 1 revolution into 600 parts. This means that if the circumference of the pulley over which the yarn will be passed is 6 centimeters, the rotary measuring device can make an accurate reading of 0.01 millimeter. In other words, 1/10 of a millimeter. And if we take the reading of 100 needles knitting the testing panel, the reading per loop length will be accurate to 1/1000 of a millimeter. This means the device can measure in microns. We attach the display on top of the computer controller and connect the same with the connecting cable. The measuring device we will fix on a yarn feeder block and mount it on the yarn feeder rail of the machine. We make a single jersey knitting program to knit 100 needles on any of the systems of the machine with a fixed yarn feeder. For example, we can use feeder number 4 when the carriage will start knitting, let us say from left to right. As the needles will keep on drawing yarn, the pulley will also move with the drawing of the yarn by the knitting needles. The computer controller will note the rotary moment of the rotary measuring device and will keep on converting this movement to linear length in centimeters and in loop length of the individual loop. When the carriage stops at the right side of the knitted panel, the rotary measuring device will also stop, and we will have a reading on the display unit. We note down this reading and press the reset button on the computer controller. The reset button will set the values of the rotary measuring device back to 0. We knit while the carriage now moves from right to left. The computer controller provides us with the exact consumption of the yarn used to knit 100 needles, as well as the individual loop length. We note this value too. If the loop length of the knitting system is calibrated already, these values shall be identical. If these values are not the same, we feed in stitch quality correction values in the machine computer and re-knit to check the yarn consumption and the loop length. We repeat the process till we have the same values for knitting in both directions. With experience and with using the device in respective gauges, we will come to know easily how much the loop length changes with a specific correction value. Once we learn this difference in loop length a certain correction value makes, it will become very easy to calibrate not only one system but all the systems in the individual machines, but also all the machines on the production floor. So, you can see how using a simple but accurate device and a simple computer program can help you get rid of variation in sizes, be it on individual systems of one machine or all machines on your production floor. Should you like to learn more about this device, please don't not hesitate to contact me at email purisk51@gmail.com or on my mobile number, country code 91, number 81464000900. If you have liked this video, please don't forget to click the like button. And if you have found this video useful, please share this video as much as you can with your friends and colleagues. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. By subscribing the channel, you will automatically get notification of the next uploaded videos. Thanks for watching.